A local's honest review of prestige and performance car services, Gravesend, Kent. I've lived in Gravesend long enough to know which garages people talk about. And prestige and performance car services is definitely one of them. You hear their name mentioned a lot when it comes to prestige, performance, and classic cars. BMWs, Maseratis, Lotus cars, restorations. They've positioned themselves as specialists, and many locals do go there expecting expert-level service. But if you're considering using them, it's important to hear the full picture, not just the polished side. What prestige and performance offer from a local view. To be fair, there's no denying they offer a wide range of services that most local garages simply don't. Specialist diagnostics, prestige and performance car servicing, classic car restoration, engine work and rebuilds, suspension, brakes, alignment. Work on marques like BMW, Maserati, Lotus, Jaguar, Mercedes, Audi. For owners of unusual or high-end cars in Gravesend and wider Kent, this alone makes them stand out. Some customers also say the technical knowledge itself is strong. When work goes smoothly, the results can be very good. Several reviewers even say previous work was satisfactory or excellent, which is why some returned in the first place. Where concerns start to appear. However, when you read through multiple negative reviews, certain patterns appear again and again, and it's important locals are aware of these before booking work. Cycle 1. Diagnosis and expert advice being disputed. A recurring issue in the reviews is misdiagnosis, particularly on complex or prestige vehicles. Several customers say they were told engines were blown or ruined very quickly, in some cases without thorough inspection. Later, other garages reportedly resolved the issue with far simpler and cheaper fixes, such as injectors, sensors, or basic components. For locals, this raises concerns about whether worst-case diagnoses are sometimes given too early, whether customers are being pushed toward expensive solutions unnecessarily, freaks abeyes too. Costs increasing without clear approval. One of the strongest themes across reviews is unexpected cost escalation. Multiple people describe agreeing on one price, then being charged significantly more. Additional work being carried out without explicit authorization. Bills far exceeding initial estimates. Feeling pressured to pay due to the car already being dismantled. Several customers felt they were put in a difficult position where refusing extra charges would mean leaving their vehicle unusable. 3. Communication and transparency issues. Another repeated concern is poor communication during jobs. Some locals say they weren't informed about extra work before it was done. They didn't receive updates during long repairs. Costs were explained after the work, not before. Questions were met with defensiveness rather than clarity. This lack of transparency seems to be what frustrates people the most, not just the money, but how decisions were handled. 4. Customer interaction and professionalism. This is where the reviews become particularly worrying. Several reviewers independently mention shouting or raised voices, swearing during disputes, feeling intimidated or threatened, being told vehicles could be sold to recover costs, dismissive or sarcastic responses when concerns were raised. For many locals, this alone would be a deal breaker, regardless of technical ability. Maseratis 5. Value for money concerns. There are repeated examples of routine services costing significantly more than main dealers, simple jobs being charged at premium rates, diagnostic checks resulting in large bills with little tangible work done. Some customers explicitly say they later had the same issue fixed elsewhere for a fraction of the price. A balanced local. Speaking honestly, prestige and performance car services appears to be a garage with strong technical capability but serious customer service and pricing trust issues. From what locals are saying, the knowledge may be there, the execution can be good, but communication, transparency, and professionalism are inconsistent. Several people who had previously been happy customers say they would not return, not because of workmanship alone, but because of how disputes were handled, who might still use them, and who should be careful. Might suit you if you fully understand the risks, you get everything in writing, you approve costs step by step, you are comfortable challenging decisions, you are dealing with specialist work few others can do. Proceed with caution if you're on a tight budget, you expect fixed pricing, you don't want confrontation, you're dealing with diagnostics rather than confirmed faults. You expect dealer-level customer care. Final advice to fellow Gravesend locals. Prestige and performance is not a small backstreet garage. They're a known name in Gravesend. But based on the volume and consistency of negative experiences, locals should approach with eyes open. If you do use them, get written estimates, clarify hourly rates, demand approval before any additional work, keep records of conversations. Don't rely solely on verbal assurances. There are also many other reputable garages in Gravesend, Kent, and nearby areas that may offer clearer pricing and calmer customer interaction, especially for routine work. This isn't about attacking a business. It's about locals helping locals avoid costly mistakes.